Hi everyone, it's CherryEnchantress, and I'm here with your monthly twin flame zodiac reading, and this is Taurus for the month of May. And we're matching up the masculine, the divine masculine with the divine feminine using my little twin flame spread that I have in my Enchanted Romance tarot deck booklets. And what we're going to do is match up both sides. So this represents the masculine and this is the feminine, but masculine, feminine, male, female, not always the same thing. So definitely pick the side that feels like you resonate with more. We all have a mix of the masculine and feminine within us. Generally speaking, though, we're a little bit more of one or the other, and we generally attract or connect with our divine counterpart who has a little bit more of one or the other of those energies. So that's basically how it works. But here we're going to say his and hers just to simplify things. But if you don't resonate with pronouns, then just ignore that. We're going to go with his feelings, her feelings, his thoughts, her thoughts, his hopes, her hopes, his actions and her actions, back and forth like that until we come to our conclusion. And first we're going to use these decks that to me represent something similar but yet a little bit different. So these are both Vanessa Somina's decks with the Pastel Journey Tarot and the Tender Heart Tarot, and we're using the Oracle decks, Romance Angels for the masculine and Romantic Fairy for the feminine. So let's get started with our reading and go first with the masculine side and the Romance Angels to get sort of a general energy and atmosphere for the month of May. Okay, a couple of cards came out. Oh, 3 cards. Well, I am going to just use this one, but I just want you to know that getting to know each other came out too, and I feel like this just represents that you're going to talk a lot. You're going to have a lot of communications coming up. Okay, lots of communicating, not just one significant, but there could be one significant heart-to-heart that starts up many conversations. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so let's see about the divine feminine, Taurus. This could be sun, moon, rising, or any other placement. What is the general feeling, vibe, energy for the divine feminine, Taurus, in the month of May? Okay. Uh-oh, time apart, but benefit of the doubt. So this could represent that maybe you're in a long distance relationship with somebody. If there's, so two other messages. One, if you've been in separation, you're coming out of it. This person coming back into your world. If you've been together and hanging out, then this could mean there could be a little time that you won't be together. It doesn't have to be very long. It could be the month of May, or maybe a week or less in the month of May. So I wouldn't I don't feel too bad of an energy from this. Sometimes time apart seems really sad, but other times it seems minimal, because especially when it's doubled up with benefit of the doubt, give your relationship a chance. I'm feeling that maybe you're connecting with a long distance person, and initially you're just like, oh no, I don't want to be in a long distance relationship. That's not for me. But for some reason this person you're connecting with so well, and it's so nice that you might give it a second thought. You know, you might give it a chance after all. All right? Because I feel like that distance not going to last. It feels like it's coming in possibly in May or right after a period of separation in May. But let's go back now to the masculines and go with our reading. So in the month of May, what is the divine masculine feeling about the connection, about himself or about his counterparts, the divine masculine Taurus? What are they feeling in the month of May? Let's see, what are they feeling? Okay, they're feeling sad. So, nothing wrong with that. Sadness occurs occasionally. And maybe this what sparks the communication, realizing that it also feels a little like the masculine too might be in some kind of distant situation, or just feeling the distance in a different way. But they're feeling sad, and it's reasonable, and it's not something that the masculine should dwell in, though, because if you dwell in your sadness too long, then that becomes your reality. And if you want change in your life, then you have to slowly move out of that, you know, and find joy in your life wherever you can find it. If you can't find it within your relationships, then find it in outside of your relationships. Which not mean like a third party situation. I'm talking about find it in the little things like, you know, singing and dancing and playing and gardening and traveling and all those other fun things that you can do, enjoying your work, whatever it is. And when you focus on those areas of your life that bring you joy, then your life is full of joy, and it attracts more joy in the places that are lacking a little bit. Okay, let's see now about the divine feminine in the month of May. How's she feeling about herself, connection, and her divine counterpart, Taurus, for the month of May? How is she feeling? Well, this is much better than being sad. Okay. And she's feeling temperance, which is moderate. Neither here nor there, not one extreme or the other. Nice balanced, nice harmony, comfort. Maybe nothing huge is happening, nothing really major, but she's found a nice peace within herself. And then with that is the Eight of Swords. So, I mean, I think there occasionally could... the feminine could dip into this feeling of, oh, I feel a little bit stuck. So that could be the shadow way of looking at your position. You could see yourself as being moderate, being tempered, being in a nice, even mood. And if not a lot is going on, that's okay right now. It's just time to receive good energy. Or you could get a little frustrated because you want action and feeling like you're stuck, like nothing's happening. But that's okay. It's okay to go both directions, but definitely lean towards. And same with the masculine. Find things that make you feel productive, like start a project and complete it from beginning to the end. Gardening. I just hear gardening a lot for this group because it's tangible and it's earth. but lots of different things, you know, beginning to end projects. Writing, if you can't, you know, writing a whole book is a big accomplishment, but write a pamphlet or a guide, a how-to or something like that, or like a little tarot book or something like that. You know, write something that you feel like you can complete, and then more areas of your life will have that energy of coming into completion, fulfillment. Okay, all right. And so now let's see, what is the Divine Masculine thinking in the month of May towards counterparts or towards himself or the relationship. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So he's thinking, okay, yeah, this is pretty logical. So I feel like Taurus, unlike Aries, if they go into their feels, they might get a little bit too sad. So they go into their logical mind, into their earthy nature. And earthy nature is the right way to go. So when they start thinking, they're thinking, oh, okay. Cherry told me that I should do something like work in my garden or something. That's a great idea. And then you just watch everything bloom and blossom, and it makes you feel really good. So your thoughts are going to change your feelings, not the other way around. For honestly, I'm in a big debate. I've been in a big debate about this with other people, that I always thought feelings created thoughts. But a lot of psychologists say the other way around, that thoughts create feelings. I think both can be true, but I think it also depends what type of person that you are. If you're an INFP like me, then maybe feelings do make thoughts. But if you are an INTP or TJ, then maybe your thoughts create your feelings. I don't know, but you decide for yourself. And I think this Taurus, though, some of the Taurus masculines on this side over here will feel like their thoughts will help them become more productive and get them out of the doldrums, and that's good. So I feel like maybe they'll also see there is going to be growth in their situation more than they realized. They're thinking, oh yeah, you know, there is more to this connection. I don't need to be sad. I need to see all the positive things about this connection and see how far we've come. So that could be what's going on. Their thoughts are actually slightly healthier than their feelings. Or they just temporarily were sad. All right, let's see now. What are the Divine Feminine's thoughts towards their counterparts, the connection, or themselves in the month of May? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. I just want you to see how pretty this rose gold is. It's like, oh my gosh, so decadent. Ooh, the Devil. Okay, devilish thoughts. Oh, the devil in the details. I feel like when the devil comes out in thoughts, it's not a bad thing. And when the devil comes out in a twin flame reading, it's actually a pretty good thing. The devil represents the tangible, the material. It represents the 3D union, actually. It represents the meeting, the face-to-face, the touching, all of that. It represents lust. Where we have trouble with the devil is that the devil can represent the material side of things and an imbalance. But look at there, you've got your feelings are balanced, but your thoughts may be slightly imbalanced, okay? So I don't think you're having really any trouble. I think you're pretty normal. I think this feminine on this side is like a lot of feminines, nothing very unusual about your thoughts going into the devilish sides. And in fact, it can be kind of fun to imagine sexual things or sensual scenarios and things like that. So if your thoughts go there, if your thoughts go to that place with your divine masculine, I would say that's just a little bit of shadow dipping, and that's perfectly fine, as long as it's in your thoughts and you're not doing any harm to anyone. Okay. Let's see about what is the divine masculine's hopes and dreams, maybe fears, if a navigative card comes out, towards the connection. And this one too, look at that, that's so pretty. Towards the connection, towards his counterpart, and or towards himself. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Got the Hanged Man. So a bit of suspension. I just feel so far for Taurus, both sides, masculine and feminine, there's not a whole lot of movement going on, at least initially, unless the action card says otherwise. But I feel like there's just a, and look at, there's like, makes a W. It's making a constellation. I just feel, but there is, the good news is when you are still, you know, if you're not constantly on the move, and going all the time, if you're still for just a moment, you have a little bit of clarity, and you have enlightenment. And the Hangman represents this light that's coming to the crown chakra and giving you good energy. So the hopes could be, being able to see the big picture, stepping outside the box, seeing more clearly, being enlightened in something, you know, maybe seeing the correct vision to move forward and whatever direction you're moving forward in. And if there was a fear here, the fear would be like her fear, would be this feeling of inaction. If not being able to move, you know, that fear of am I going so slow that I'm not even moving anymore? But I think you are. It's just your pace is just different, and not all action is physical, you know, movement. It's in your spiritual, psychic connections, and sometimes we work a lot of things out in our dream, in our subconscious, more than we realize. So don't beat yourself up if it doesn't seem like a lot's going on. I feel like a lot's going on in your subconscious, and an enlightenment is happening. Okay, let's see now, what are the hopes and fears and dreams and wishes for the Taurus feminine in the month of May towards her counterparts, herself, or the connection. The connection can sometimes be like a third party in a sense. Well, not a third party, but like a baby. All right, so you have the Two of Cups. Yay! So that's good. So your hopes and dreams are in the right place. And if you can manifest this in, even better. So instead of just hoping for it, seeing it as is, as your reality. This is you. This is your connection. This is your reality, and this is us. This is us, okay? And I actually was considering changing my little spread here, and instead of saying hopes, calling it your knowing. Okay, because in December, when I left off last year, I started really feeling more people just knowing things, and just feeling so sure and so certain that we didn't want to use the word hope anymore, because hope leaves room for doubts, or room for other possibilities other than what you know to be true. So we might be moving back into that word, the knowing. What's the knowing? All right, let's see what the actions are going to be for the divine masculine in the month of May. I keep wanting to say February in my head. Why? I don't know. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Actions. What are their actions towards their counterpart or the connection? Okay, well, I'll take Six of Cups. There's a whole bunch. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna show you all of these. Why not? So 6 of Cups is really good. There's this nostalgic feeling like I miss you, want to be with you. So for some of you, okay, this could be actions for a variety of different Tauruses out there. So some of you Tauruses could be connecting with somebody that you've known in a past life, or that you've known in this life. Maybe they could have been an ex, or maybe just somebody that you met that you never had a relationship with. So, but this is a return of somebody, and this is a connecting with them, and maybe going out for smoothies or something. So that's the actions. Then we got 10 of Cups. So maybe what turned into a smoothie turns into like a night out on the town, drinking and getting to know each other, because you had the heart-to-heart conversation, plus you had the getting to know each other card. All right, and the 8 of Cups. Now, for some people out there, this could go to the other extreme, like walking away from things that don't make you happy, not your counterpart, but maybe walking away from your town to be with your counterpart. You know, so making a serious change, a big change in your life. And the Queen of Wands. Okay, so some of you could be connecting. Some of you could be have Wands energy. Oh yeah, and this happens so much. This happened a lot last year. A lot of Aries, Taurus cuspers, or Taurus who have Aries rising or whatever other fire placements in your chart. This could represent a Taurus with like a fire placement, or this could represent that you're in Aries and you came to see Taurus because of your moon or something like that. Anyway, yeah, so this could be you, but this could also represent divine masculine, somebody that you're connecting with as well. So lovely Queen here. Oh yeah, so it looks like moving and walking towards the Queen. Okay. And all right, and then the last final message for the masculines, walking towards their counterpart, their divine feminines who are a twin flame. So you're the masculine half, or this is the masculine half of the twin flame, and she represents the feminine half of the twin flame, because Wands is fire energy, and the Queen of Wands always represents the feminine energy of fire. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius representation. Okay, let's see now what the final action here for the Taurus divine feminine in the month of May towards her counterparts, herself, or the connection, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other placements. And we have the Queen of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay, so Queen of Swords could also represent the place that the feminines are moving towards. Maybe they're learning more about their inner Queen of Swords. Maybe they have their partner is a swords energy. And maybe it's just simply about a truth and an honesty within them. And why I keep saying maybe this, maybe that, with all these different options, it's because I'm sensing a lot of Tauruses out there now. Like, as I started the reading, it just seemed I was zeroing on just one particular. Now, as we get into the action, I'm feeling a lot of different types of action from different Tauruses out there. So the Queen of Swords, she's very strong. She's fierce. She's powerful. She has inner strength, right? She's able to cope with any given situation. She's living proof that you can accomplish whatever you like through creativity and plenty of self-discipline. And she's very independent, and she uses the tools at her disposal to create the life that she feels proud of. And she's symbolizing of the light at the end of the tunnel. And if you are happening to go through a tough time, she can kind of shine the light for you. She can point the way. She's kind of like the compass, the arrow in the compass, in a sense. And she also represents entrepreneurs and business women. So she might be coming out because of that reason. But no matter what happens here, I feel like a general, even, mellow energy here. The feminine in her full strength, willing to give the benefit of the doubt to somebody who might be at a distance, but this feels really good, and she might dip into little shadow thoughts about their future or their connectivity, but she's going to hold to her truth, you know, in the end, as far as action is concerned. So that's really up to you. You choose what you feel is right for you. Okay. Or the feminine will choose what's right for her. So let's see what your charms have to say. I guess I'll use these. I thought I accidentally grabbed hold of Joan of Arc, but I thought of her as soon as I touched the charms. I feel like I need to get her anyway. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was the sun that I was feeling, but the sun and the Joan of Arc pin, when I'm grabbing them, feel kind of similar. But the sun is good. That's good. And here's your Joan of Arc message. Let's zoom in on all of this. Okay, so we have, let's tilt this down just a little. So with Joan of Arc, your message is this. Hopefully you can see it. Saint Joan of Arc, give me the courage and fortitude to defeat my fears and give me strength to fight for what I believe in. That's nice. So your Queen of Swords looks very Joan of Arc to me, or gives me Joan of Arc vibes. Even though sometimes she can represent the harsh queen, I feel like she's representing your inner strength. Okay? So let's see what else we have. We have Germany, we have love, we have dream, and brave, and China, and you have Christoph. So there is your masculine involved here. You have the anchor, which is stability. You have Florida, so maybe somebody who lives in Florida and you don't live near Florida, but maybe you're still in the United States together, which would be nice. You have the sun moon, which is yin yang. You really complete each other. And look, you also have the twin flame symbol. This is always represented the twin flames and not just kids. So I put this in here specifically for twin flames, but I have another one that I use to represent children. And this is Sydney Opera House. So there could be some kind of performing or acting or watching the stage. Something about the stage. Or somebody that lives in Sydney, Australia, or connecting somehow to people across the ocean, across the way, maybe people in the southern hemisphere. Ooh, some people are that are going through different things than you. We've got the wand, so magic here, like a lot of transformation happening, and the candy cane of sweetness, and the bird that represents communication, and the starfish represents hope and dreams coming true, and that's true for all stars, represent that. But the starfish could represent something having to do with the water and being by the sea and connecting that way with somebody that's by the water, like Florida. All right, you guys, I hope you like that, and definitely check out all your other zodiac signs, different placements like your moon and your rising sign, your Venus, your Mars, your Jupiter, your Mercury. But it is nice to check out the different signs. You could do like I do, and I check out my Aries node. My North node is in Aries, so because that represents your life path. So those are things you can look at too. All right, everybody. And don't forget to cross-watch your twin flames sign, too. All right, and speaking of which, I'm going to move on to the next reading. So I'll see you there if that's part of your chart. Beatrice and Pixie Dust.